Okay, so I'm re-recording this. I should move this. Hi. I'm way too close to the camera. So I'm re-recording this because I wasn't quite happy with the first edition that I've done. So I'm doing a second one. Bar with me here. So, first off, I'm not going to make this little video here and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to totally be building a model railroad. Come subscribe to me for new model railroading content. I'm not going to do that. What I will say is, I was live streaming today, and normally I play, I want to stand in one spot and the camera's there. Now, there's no good place for it. I need to be shorter is what it is. Well, the camera needs to go higher. So yeah, my microphone's way too far away. I was live streaming today and kicking around the idea of doing something model railroad related, and I was talking about some dumb ideas I had. I'm like, man, I could totally 3D print some stuff. I would do this, this, and this. And then I got on the rabbit hole. Well, I can just rebuild my model railroad. You know, I was sitting there thinking about this model railroad right here. I'm gonna put it in my garage. So, history of this particular layout that you see kind of in two big pieces right now. Well, back in 2019, and on September 17th, 2019, I started building this layout in my apartment when I was living with my, at the time, roommate and his wife. They were both our semantics. So I was building this layout in that apartment with them. And originally this layout was built to sit in a corner. It wasn't a 90-degree corner, it was a 45-degree corner. So I had this piece right here, which actually linked these two modules together to make one homogeneous layout. Well, end of 20, May of 20, March. One of those, when COVID hit and lockdown happened and everyone was out of work and everything, I was in the middle of moving out of their house and moving in with my apartment. And I moved into their house and we really didn't have room for this layout. But I specifically designed this layout so it could fit in the back of my car, barely, and it could be broken down and transported easily. So this layout has sat since 2021 in storage. Largely in storage, not really moving, not doing anything. And I moved into my own place about 3 months ago. And I moved the layout with me, and it was sitting out on my patio, not on my patio, but on my patio storage, protected from the elements and everything. And I was thinking about it while I was on stream. I was like, well, I've been thinking about putting the layout in my garage. I really like how I have my garage set up right now, though. I got my shelves where I want them, I got my tools where I want them, I park my bike where I want it, everything's good. Putting this layout in the garage, I'd have to rearrange my garage, and I don't know if I'd be happy with that. So I was on stream and I was talking about it, and I decided to bring the whole thing inside, set it on the floor, make some measurements, and see where exactly I could fit it. And this is a spot that I think is a pretty good place to put it. It works here. This is, so I put it here, I put the legs on, it is level, I want to tweak the legs, I'm going to do something different with the legs, I want to put some sort of like mechanical leveling system on here, so that way I can, what I want to do is I want to reinforce the legs because it's a little wobbly still, and I want to put wheels on it, so that way I can unbolt these modules and unplug the wires and just roll it out of the way. What I originally had in this spot was I actually had a table. Let's see if I can get the camera to pan over to it. So this table here, this is a nice big work table. It's on wheels. I originally had it sitting right there underneath the projector screen. And this was kind of like my work table, my hangout, sit down and eat food table. And what's cool is, I don't know if you can see it, I have a little coffee table right here. If I have company over, I could take that table and just roll it straight over, and now it's a table that everyone can sit around. That's why I had it here, and I liked it here. I am getting Discord notifications. Putting the layout here, I have to move that table, and now it makes the walkway that is right here to my room fairly narrow, and I'm not sure if I'm happy with that. That's something I'm going to have to figure out if I'm happy with it or not. It also means that if I want to have friends over, I have to now move that table even further, and now there's a little less room in this space if I move the table here. That's why I want to put the layout on wheels. So if I'm doing a game night and I'm having some people over, I can unbolt the sections. I can take the train cars off so they don't fall down. And I take all the trains off, undo the bolts, unplug a couple electrical connections, and roll these modules off into the garage or the spare room, just somewhere out of the way. But when I put it here, I realized if I move the whole thing up to the corner here, like it is, this actually gives me about 4 more feet of layout that I could build. I actually have this module over here. You can't see me as I'm off frame. This module over here. I could build a third module that's right here, and give me an extra 4 feet of railroad, which actually gives me a couple more industry tracks. It gives me, a little bit longer mainline run. I like what it gives me beneficially as for operations. What I don't like is that module actually blocks like 40% of my sliding glass door that's right there. In fact, let's just pan the camera over a little bit. You can see like there's the edge of the door, and a majority of it is blocked by that layout. The legs are also crooked. I gotta fix the legs. But again, like I said, the legs are just on there temporary. I'll get to that in a minute. The only thing I have done other than put the legs on is I did finally, I wanted to do this when I started building the layout and never got around to it. I painted the trim pieces here, the edge, black. I'm eventually probably gonna, I was originally gonna put like a masonite strip along there, but I might just leave it as this raw wood like this. This section over here actually has track and everything on it. I could actually start running trains on here if I wanted to. I have to do a lot of repair work on the track and electrically inspect it. But yeah. So what I'm doing, the point of this video is I just want to explain my ideas because it's easier for me to talk and say my idea than it is to just type. So my thought right now is I want to leave everything set up like this for a couple of days and just see how I vibe with it, how it flows, how it feels in the room. If I don't like it, if that walkway right there feels a little too narrow, I'll move on from there. I'll either take the legs off and put it back in the closet and say it was a good idea, or a good try, or I will rearrange my whole computer. Maybe my computer works better sitting in this corner and the layout can fit over there. I don't know. And actually, if anything, if I was going to move my computer anywhere, I'd probably move it like into my room. Actually, no, I could. There are ideas. Anyways. What is this? Oh, it's just a leaf that blew in the door. I'm like, there's something on the floor, and it looks weird. Anywho, one big thing though that I want to do is if I do decide to pursue this project, I will be live streaming it on my Twitch channel, link in the description below, and I'll actually put the camera in a better spot where you guys can see better. I will have to get like a longer cable for the camera, or I'll figure something out for the cable. And audio. Maybe I'll just, I don't know, we'll figure something out. If I can do it. That said though, if I do decide to go with this project, and I do stream it, it's expensive. So I'm gonna be like, hey guys, like, you want to throw me like a couple bits? Cause I need to buy some more track. We'll kind of see like how my finances go. This month is kind of rough because I took a bunch of time off, and so like if I decided to actually pursue this project, I wouldn't start working on it right away. It would probably be like later next month. Oh, I'm gonna stand back up. It'd be later next month when I'm back to full time and not taking like I'm full time. I just took a bunch of time off, so I'm not getting full 80 plus hour paychecks. That said, if I were going to be streaming too, it would most likely be in the evenings. So like 7 o'clock Pacific time is when I would start the stream, and it'd be like 2 hours. Part of the streaming though is if once I get enough of the bench work done and I have the main line operational, I will be able to set it up. I'm going to try and get it set up at least, but I've done it before where you guys, yes, you guys watching, could drive these trains. So there would be an opportunity, not for everyone, they'd be limited and they'd be rare, but there would be opportunities for people to log in remotely and just drive a train around on the main line. You'd be able to speed it up, slow it down, stop it where you wanted to. If the locomotive has sound, you'd be able to blow the whistle or honk the horn. Currently, I only have one locomotive that has sound that functions, and that's my Bachmann Berkshire, my Bachmann 1225. I have a Jeep 38 with sound, but the speaker is like just over the years degraded, and so the sound is horrendous. I need to replace the speaker, but it's a super low priority thing. If you're wondering, oh, how are you going to have us control the trains? What kind of DCC system are you using? Are you using insert DCC system here? I'm using NCE. In fact, it's right here. Wedged in it. I have an NCE power cab. I love this thing. I will not be replacing this thing. However, I basically plug it into the layout and it hangs right here, and I plug in the adapter to plug into my computer, and then I use Y-throttle. I use JMRI and Y-throttle. But I use a NCE system. So some of the ideas I'm kicking around, and tell me if these ideas are cool. If they're cool, come hang out with me on Twitch and follow along as I build this on Twitch. That's if I do decide to continue this project. Come check out my Twitch channel. On Tuesdays, I typically stream VR Elite Dangerous, and then Mondays I've been doing some train sim stuff. I might, when my work schedule changes, I might do like evening, like different themed evenings. So like Thursdays would be model train day. Tuesdays and Thursdays would be model train day. I don't know. We'll figure that out if this project takes off. But I wanted to pitch some ideas. So this configuration is actually option 2, as I call it. I call this option 2. This option gives me the most extra amount of model railroading, but it's also going to cost the most amount of money to build because I'm going to have to buy a bunch of lumber and a ton more track. I don't even have enough track to finish this as is, but it's going to be a lot more. But it also adds a lot more industries. It also blocks the doorway. But this module over here has a little trick up its sleeve. So on one end of it, let's see if I can actually get the camera to pan around. So right there, you'll notice that there's a straight up piece of wood. Let me go point my finger on this right here. That is actually an extension for a branch line. And the original idea, with the original layout in my old apartment, was that was actually going to be a branch line. It was going to be separate removable modules that would go into my own bedroom, because that put it straight into my room. Doesn't anymore. With this configuration, once I finish if I were to finish everything else, I could build more modules that go off this way to do a branch line. The really just bat poo insane idea I have is to actually build one big removable piece that would go over there to a semi-permanent piece that goes behind my couch, to go all the way over here to my 3D printer and have like a little elevated shelf, like maybe a slight upgrade. So sitting right on top of the 3D printer would be like a little industrial area at the end of the branch line. That is the really, really, really crazy idea that I have. That is the ultimate stretch goal of, oh wow, I've finished everything else and people are still supporting me in some way, shape, or form. I guess I'll do that. Oh, if you're wondering, this is an N scale layout. I don't know if I said that earlier. That's kind of one thought. Now, the other idea I had was actually taking this module here and turning it 90 degrees and putting it up against this wall. It does fit. It does fit. And it leaves me about this much room between the two modules. So I have to build a adapter piece to go in there to link them together. The advantage of that is it leaves me full access to the door. It leaves me I hear beeping, and I'm like, what is that beeping? It leaves me full access to the sliding door. It kind of clears up this space a little bit, but it does get rid of the branch line idea, as the branch line is going to be against the wall. And I was originally leaning more towards that idea, and I had this set up kind of to see how it would feel. And then I went out and I took the garbage out. Went out my front door, took the garbage out to the dumpster, threw it in there, came back in the door and like saw this and went, oh, that actually looks really cool. Because there was a bit of a visual separation between this area and this area. And it's that 90-degree corner. And I think that's gonna work. But like I said, I'm gonna leave everything kind of how I have it set up right now, with the exception of the chair that I moved over there. That's one of that's my Ren Fair chair. It's actually really comfortable. It used to live right here, and it probably still will live right here, and I'll just move it when I'm running trains. But yeah, I'm on one hand I'm excited for this project, and on the other hand I realize how expensive it is, and like in the middle I'm like, ugh, I have so many other expensive hobbies and sports that I participate in. Like, do I really need to work on this? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I've wanted to put this together for a while, and it's just me. I've talked about this on my stream. How there's like no good model railroad clubs here in Vegas. And this is my attempt at least having some fun with model trains myself. So, in conclusion, this works, I think. We'll see how it feels. Like I said, I'm going to let it sit here for a couple of days, couple of weeks, kind of get the vibe of everything, and go from there. If you guys want to discuss this, check out my link in the description below where I have my Twitch channel. Come hang out with me on one of my train sim days. We'll talk more about it. And if in 2 weeks or 2-3 weeks, I'm not going to give any solid time frame. If in a couple of weeks I'm comfortable with this and I think yes, this is the right direction to go with this model railroad, then I'll probably build this like filler module in one stream, and then I will do live streams periodically as I work on more stuff. It's going to be a matter of though, I will only be able to stream working on the layout if I have the supplies to do so. If I finish this module on stream and I don't have any money to buy track or to do anything else, it might be a couple of weeks before I live stream working on the layout again and I go back to live streaming just playing regular video games. Who knows? Like I said, just check out my Twitch channel below, and I'll probably do more videos like this in some capacity where I talk about the layout directly to YouTube. And any model railroading live stream that I do, I will export to YouTube so you guys can still kind of see that. and then I'll do like a once a month. Like if it is a project that does take off, I have ideas. Doing like a once a month recap of everything that's worked on. I don't know. This just mean word vomiting ideas and seeing what sticks. Yeah, I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Hopefully, that camera's autofocus doesn't work when I'm doing this mode. So yeah, if I'm out of focus, I'm out of focus. Thanks for watching.